Okay, guys, welcome back to
Podcast episode 4.
4.
It's been a while. A whole year.
Yeah, and we decided to come back for another episode, which I've never been on here, but thanks for having me, Jody.
Of course.
I've
It's
been
an honor.
so excited to do this, and we've been planning it for a long time. We've went over a lot of information and stuff to talk about with you guys today, all the FCS fans out there in the world. And let's get us started, Jody.
Yep. This isn't going to be a terribly long episode, but there's going to be a few parts to this one. We're talking about FCS. And season 11 is out, and people seem to be enjoying it, so I'm very glad.
It was really hard to film those last couple of weeks with Jody and Zoe's departure, but we would love to see them come back next year maybe, as Jody hasn't announced her return, but she might.
Yes, hopefully. I'm hoping to be on an episode or two. I think that'd just be really exciting.
Well, no, she will be in the series finale.
Yes, that's the only part I know so far.
She might come back for I think they've talked about you being in 5 episodes of the max.
Yeah.
So at least more than 3, so she can be recurring. And then Zoe, I think, is going to do 10.
Well, I'm going to be gone for the first half of filming, so I have to squeeze it into the second half there.
So we have some questions for Jody here. Since I've been on the show longer, I was a replacement in season 2 of the main characters. Y'all know it's on my YouTube channel. Go visit my YouTube channel, AndreaBarber.com on YouTube. Go subscribe, and also subscribe to Jody's channel and our podcast channel. So Jody, how did you figure out FCS even though we were doing Fuller House? Did you know about it? Because we weren't doing Fuller House the time the show started. Did you know about the show before we started Fuller House, or how did you know about the show?
Well, I did see it a little bit, but wasn't super familiar with it, and saw some opportunities when I started moving around for this, and thought it seemed to be perfect. As I just recently ended filming something just like it, so I thought it would be an easy step in for a new area I was coming into.
Did you ever, because Jody did visit the sets because we were filming Fuller House. We started Fuller House in 2016 and we finished in 2020. And from season 3 to season 7, she would come visit the set because, in the mornings I'd be on FCS, in the afternoon we'd be on Fuller House. And, she knew what it was. She knew what the show was. And then Fuller House ended, and they're like, "Hey, you want to come in and do season 9?" And tell me how you got Jocelyn. Tell me how you got the role.
Okay. Well, they'd seen the other roles I've done before in the past, and they wanted to add in some character to this, and they were kind of familiar with me from past projects, and I did the whole audition, and the other people who were going after it as well, it just wasn't the right fit. They were either too much of a bitch or too cocky, and they wanted somebody a little bit more I don't know, hidden, and they thought I played that role perfectly. So they decided to just originally they were gonna try me in just a few episodes at the beginning and see how they liked me there, and then even if the audience didn't like me, they were gonna take me off. But they seem to have liked me.
And Candace was on the show and I was on the show, and it was Full House reunion. We all 3 worked together on Fuller House together, and they wanted to see our chemistry on this show, not as friend and sister, but as friends going to work, going to school, etc., etc.
I thought that was really interesting.
And then we didn't know Candace was leaving in the middle of the season 9 because we were like, oh, we'll have 34 episodes together. And then, Candace announced her departure in the middle of season 9, and it was kind of surprising because, I had just gotten COVID, and I wasn't there for episode 18. That was episode I was credited for because I'm a main, but I was not in it, and that was Candace's last episode for season 9, and that was kind of the peak of, is Candace going to come back? And then she finally did this year for the whole season.
Quite the downfall after that day. It was originally they had written where we'd done a few things, and we would talk and all of that, and then after that, when she came back, they wrote the character as bratty bitch.
Yeah.
But then off camera stuff started happening too, so they were questioning whether she would stay on or not.
Well, she came in for season 7. She did an audition for Brianna as the character because Caitlin, my character's ex, was leaving the show due to she was doing drugs and doing alcohol at the time, and she was going to rehab, so she couldn't come back for season 7. She came back for the first episode, and then they wrote her out. And they were like, why don't we bring Candace in? Candace was looking for another show. She was doing Fuller House. Same thing with you. We were on the set together, and she's like, yeah, I'll audition. She auditioned for season 7, and season 7 was cut short due to COVID, so we only got to do 18 episodes that year. She was fine that year. We had trouble with Tiffany, who played Emma. She was a bitch on set, so we kind of she was written off after that season because of what she did. And then, we go on to season 8. We came back, we were halted in March of 2020. And, over the summer, we had already been, season premiered like normal. They just kept premiering it while we were all at home. And over the summer, we got renewed for an 8th season. And they're like, hey, we're gonna have to push it back to August 17th because our original date was like August 6th. And Candace was like, I'm not coming back. I don't want to get COVID. And she was like, I'll do the first 3 episodes and then I'm gone. So she did the first 3 episodes. They wrote her character in as an online school because the 8th season was the COVID season. They had online school and they had in person. And, she came back for the dance. And I think she came back for a mall episode we did at the beginning of the summer episode. And, Jodie wasn't there, but she was on the set of Fuller House. And Candace would only go to Fuller House. She wouldn't go. She's like, I'm not doing the afternoons. I'm not doing the mornings. I'm only doing half days. And you remember this, Jodie, right?
Yes, I do.
And then, the 9th season, we did 27 wonderful episodes. And that premiered great. And Candace saw the ratings. Because that was our very first season after COVID. It was an okay season. It was a little bit rocky, but everyone loved it. And everyone was like, where's Candace? We missed Candace. And so, over the summer, Candace was like, fine, I'll come back for season 9. And so this is when they brought Jodie in, and when she found out Jodie was coming, she's like, oh yeah, I'll do it. And we did it, and Jodie was on, and stuff was fine then. Well, we had that black guy that was a kind of
yeah,
he was kind of messed up, and he got kicked off.
Was his name like Jay?
Jay, yes, yeah. Jay. But he was kicked off after like 13 episodes. He went
to
episode 13. I think he abused the set or abused someone on the set.
He abused quite a few people.
He was really annoying.
Yeah.
And Candace really had a crush on him. Candace was like all over him.
Yeah.
Etc. 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 And that's what kind of dove into the downness. And then December came, and she was like, I don't feel like going to set. I don't feel like, because we had already wrapped up Fuller House. Fuller House was done. You don't want to go set. And so I got COVID. She announced that she was leaving the show the week I got COVID. Because, I got COVID on a Wednesday. It was the week of episode 17. So I was sick Monday, came back Tuesday. They were like, okay, we're just going to film all your scenes this day because we know you're not going to come back. I got a COVID test, and it came back positive on Wednesday. So they're like, thank God we filmed. So we filmed all my scenes that one day. It was a lot of scenes with you, a lot of scenes with Candace. And Candace announced that Wednesday, Candace announced that next week was her last week. And I was like, really? I get COVID and you're leaving. And so we wrote her as homeschool for the rest of the season. And the second half of the season was really our relationship going into, and she kind of missed that.
Yeah.
And so season 10 rolls around, we got renewed for season 10. And they at least told Candace to come back for 1 or 2 episodes. And she's like, fine, I'll come back for the homecoming episode. and she did two scenes, the dance scenes, and then I don't know what sparked her idea last summer, but she was like, "I'll come back for season 11. I'm bored." Came back for season 11, and then she met Jake, who plays Alvin, and they've had a past. Jake has been on the show since season 3, season 2. He's been off and on since then, and season 7 we had that storyline between Alvin and Brianna, and it was fine then. And then during season 9 we kind of had that storyline again. It popped up again, and then they wanted to write all this drama in for this season, and they wanted to shoot our characters out of her life. And and then it kind of went on behind the scenes. She was having an affair with Jake. Her husband wasn't liking it. How was your reaction to all the drama on set and off set?
I was kind of over it. I wanted to stay far away from it. I wasn't. I was trying to keep only what was written into the show as what was supposed to happen, and then just tried my hardest not to interfere with anything. And I was just kind of there, trying not to be on either side, because a lot of stuff did happen that could have been wrong on either side.
Yeah, and it was a great storyline. I loved all the drama. And, me and Candace, our characters were kind of hiding our relationship from Alvin, because he would get mad. So we had like one scene a week of us walking and shit talking. But then as the second half of the season, episode 11 through the 22, you don't see them together, because, they didn't cross paths during school, or, Alvin was getting more mad. We had a few scenes towards the end of him leaving her and stuff. He was like leaving her in the hallways, and she would look at me for help. And then Zoe came in. Zoe came in season 9. Zoe came in for a few episodes of season 9, and then she was a regular for season 10 and 11. And Zoe is a really dramatic person in life. She's just like our character Lydia, and she was tired of the bullshit. She was tired of the drama, and so she went up to Candace it was like our last full week of shooting. We had like 3 days left, and she's like, so what's going on, you fucking bitch? And it was a whole ordeal. Me and Jody were running. She went
I was
up to
tired
her.
of it.
We were tired of it.
I think that went too far.
We told her not to do it, but you
Yeah.
told her numerous times to leave it alone. Then we went into the parking lot outside the studio, and it escalated, and
we were talking to somebody else for a little bit, one of the teachers.
Mr. Smith.
Yeah. He, amazing guy. And then I think he went over there and talked to them a little bit too, just to kind of get everything situated.
We had security out there.
Yeah.
They were chasing it, because we all carpooled, because Jody's car was in the shop that week. Zoe didn't have a car. Her car was broken. I don't know. She's $1 million actress. How is her car broken? And, they were chasing my car. It was just... And I haven't talked to her since. I talked to her grandma. I've talked to Candace's mom, but I haven't talked to Candace. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for the season 11. We wanted to do a season 11 episode, and then our next stay tuned for next week's episode 5, where we're going to be talking about all the seasons of the show, all of our guest stars. We just wanted to do a season 11 storyline for you guys, and we hope you guys enjoyed it. Do you have anything else to say, Jody?
Since I'm going to go be filming for about 5 months, we will try and, when I come back, we will do a little bit of that. But we just wanted to talk a little bit about season 11, because that is out now, and then we'll go back and talk about the other ones. And I don't know as much about the earlier seasons, but I did watch a little bit of them just to get an idea before I started some of the filming. But that should be all for now. So stay tuned for episode 5, which hopefully it's not going to take a whole year to get out. We should be able to get it out pretty fast. But for about, I might do some like solo podcasts, but I try and put some guests. So if you want to see if there's any guests that you do want to see that maybe I haven't thought about, please let me know. I will try and get them to come out. The last episode was with my co-star Sierra, which it's her birthday today. She is officially 13.
Happy birthday, Sierra.
And she is she's definitely showing her age. And we were planning on filming a little bit, but my time was all scrunched, so I couldn't really do that. But we're gonna try and I have a little bit of a different timing, and I do have the new show DQ, 2 seasons, and they're actually renewed for a 3rd season that I might be a little bit in, but towards the end of that, I was just a guest star.
And I'm a guest star on it too.
Like
So
the whole
watch
thing.
out for us.
Yeah, it's exciting. Season 1 did really well, and I was in the last half of season 1. This is just a little bit of like a, so you know what to expect later on. And then I was in almost the entire of season 2, but then I had some other stuff I needed to do. But I think it's gonna end on season 3, and then some of the other shows that I've been in, they've also ended, but I will probably just have to talk about those a little bit later on. But I'll have to try and make a little schedule.
I just wanted to say one thing before we wrap up. All you JC fans, Jody, I forgot to mention this, but Jody is on season 3. She's in the first 2 episodes, so that's another thing to watch out for. So you can be watching DQ one night, JC the next. She's been in every season so far. She was in season 1, she was in season 2, and now she's been in season 3. And season 3 just premiered on August 22nd, so watch out. I just wanted to say that, guys, and handing it back over to Jody.
So I think this is going to be all of it, and he's going to be the main guest star I have, mainly because the other people live a little bit further away.
And she was on a lot of my shows.
Yep. And also, the second half of episode 4, I think I deleted by accident, so the ending of that is going to stay the ending unless we bring it back up later on, but it probably will just stay like that. So I'm going to say that's all for now, and this is the end of it.
Bye, guys.
Bye!